I'm Barry Van Dusen from Princeton, Massachusetts, and I'd like to talk about something that's had an enormous impact on the way I work. I've been a professional nature artist for the last 30 years. I went to school for art and majored in graphic design. And after graduating, I worked as a graphic designer and then later as a natural history illustrator. And I still do illustrations for natural history books and other publications. In all those years, the thing that changed the way I work more than anything was when I began field sketching outdoors on a regular basis. Working directly from the subject outdoors offered me a way to connect my direct experience that I was having in nature to my artwork in a very immediate and spontaneous way. At first, the difficulties just seemed overwhelming. Probably the most difficult was subject movement. Birds just never seem to stop moving. So I really realized that I had to draw faster, and I also had to seek out subjects which were not as active. Another problem was getting close enough to the subjects, especially small birds. And so I learned to use a telescope in my drawing, and I also visited zoos and nature centers and did a lot of drawings at these types of places where I didn't have to use optics. And finally, I realized I had to learn a lot about bird structure and anatomy. My field sketches have been what I call my science lab. They're my primary way of exploring and discovering things in nature. At the same time, my sketchbooks have also functioned as my art workshop, where I experiment with different drawing approaches, different picture designs, color mixing, and many other aspects of picture making. So when a student asks me for advice, my first suggestion is usually get a sketch pad, get some pencils, and get outdoors.